Well, in the last week to 10 days, we've seen some record breaking snowfall across the northwestern half of the country, and it looks as if that trend may continue as we go through the next week to 10 days. Thanks for clicking on to the Tuesday edition of Vogan's US Outlook. We maintain this very highly active Pacific pattern with Arctic not that far to the north. We are going to maintain a fairly chilly and also snowy pattern. Idaho, parts of Idaho have seen temperatures into the minus 40s at night, and in between that we've had significant snowfall with Boise and Stanley, Idaho, both recording the snowiest winter to date thus far, and it looks as if we are going to see more snow in these areas as well. And also, we've got the coldest weather of the season now over Alaska. The long range models do indicate that that colder is going to drift back into the western half of the country. So we could be talking about more minus 40s, even an approach on minus 50 as we go through the next week to 10 days here, given the overall pattern that we've got at the moment. But as you can see here off the GFS, this is the surface and precipitation forecast. We've got high pressure currently over the western half of the country. Not overly cold. Arctic is now back up into Canada at the moment, so it's chilly, but not particularly cold by mid-January standards, and certainly what we've seen in recent times. But it's all because we've got a system coming into the west coast once again. So you tend to find that you've got milder air ahead of these systems, and then of course colder air comes in on the backside. But it is a pretty active pattern. Pacific Northwest, down into California, and into the interior west as we go through the middle and latter half of this work week. We've got more heavy rainfall, more very heavy snowfall across the Sierra, across the Wasatch Range, the Colorado Rockies as well eventually here, and also up and towards the areas such as the Bitterroots and the Sawtooth Mountains. We're going to see more heavy snowfall indeed. One system pushes through, then another system comes in, and it's just one system after the next once again. After a brief lull in proceedings, we're talking about another very, very busy, very wet next 7 to 10 day period here. So more very heavy rainfall, very heavy snowfall. The Sierra Nevada will continue to get buried in several more feet of snowfall here, as well as that up across the Cascades. Some of the models indicate 10 to 15 feet of snow in 2 to 3 days, may I add. Not 2 to 3 weeks, not 7 to 10 days, but 2 to 3 days. Some of the models are indicating as much as 10 to 15 feet of snow at areas such as Mount Baker in Washington, which of course holds the record, the global record for the most snow in a given season, or at least the North American record, should I say. So it's a very, very busy winter across this part of the world, and it is terrific to see this given the drought situation here. So another system comes through. You've probably got about 4 or 5 systems that come through within a week across the western half of the country. Milder, much, much milder across the eastern half of the country, all due to the fact that the systems are pushing into the central portion of the country and then lifting up. If you notice here, this system, this is at 216 hours, which is 6Z next Thursday, 26th of January. It is indicating that we've got systems comes in, cold air comes in to the western half of the country, but you notice here that the systems are lifting through the Great Lakes, which means that the eastern half of the country doesn't really get much in the way of cold weather um, in the proper sense. Snowfall over the next 10 days is going to be highly significant across the western mountains of the country here. You can see that here. We are going to be talking about several more feet, really, for many parts above, say, 6,000 feet. Precipitation wise, total accumulation over the next 10 days or so is also going to be highly, highly significant as well. As you can see here, we're probably going to be talking about 1 to 2 feet of rain, or precipitable water over the next 10-day period. So this is a great pattern, folks, but unfortunately it does come at a price. Landslides and flooding is, of course, the impacts that we see. But certainly in terms of water for the upcoming warm season, this is a terrific weather pattern. That's it for today. Do check out the written post, hopefully available this afternoon, and I'll be back in a couple of days with more US weather. Bye for now.